There are gnats everywhere. And I just want you to know that despite these horrific conditions, that I'm willing to rise above it and speak to you tonight. You may have been wondering, where the hell has she been? This is the way forward. Maybe you weren't wondering that, actually. I think it was just me, guilt-laden and struggling in my head, but I was on vacation. So listen. All right, I said listen. The banana exploded. That's my story. I'm going to tell you about this banana. So I was in the kitchen. It was during vacation, and there is this brown puddle on top of the bar. There's a little, I don't know, it's too tall to be a bar, but it is anyway. So I'm not even going to get into what I did with that, but puddle, brown puddle, gnats everywhere. And, you know, I just wanted to say that sometimes brown puddles happen. Hopefully not to you, but it's just wild. I didn't think a banana could explode. I mean, imagine if that happened to humans. Like, instead of getting old and just wrinkles and fine lines and varicose veins and spider veins and crow's feet and gray hair and nose hair and ear hair, you get brown puddles and to explode. You're looking, actually, I might actually choose that, and go out. Like, not saying that happened to Betty White, but I thought she looked spectacular all the way to the end. I'm just like, you just look perfect. You look like you did in your 20s and your 30s. And then, when it's time to go, you just implode or something. You just hit a button and eject. Soul eject. No one wants to do that. Oh, if we could choose how life would deal with us to the bitter end. That's been on my mind. But anyway, so it was just a horrific thing to see. And I was just sitting here staring at the banana peel and how it didn't do its job. But I guess after a certain point, now let me tell you, there's a difference. There's a difference between, because I don't think that happens to all bananas, right? There must have been some perfect conditions out there. I know this isn't riveting, but hear me out. So this banana was from Costco. Strike number one. I don't know. I thought Costco was fine, but I don't know what they did to their bananas. They start off green, and then they just go straight to brown, right? But then I got some bananas from H Mart. Fabulous. Although I have all these fruit fries, fruit fries. Who knew those existed? Fruit flies. They're everywhere. And if you hear snapping, what sounds like me snapping, I'm not at a jazz club. That's this bug zapper that I have in the background, and it's wiping them all out. So it's like a big massacre back there. In their world, it's probably like gnashing of teeth and Armageddon. But for me, I'm like, yes, get them all. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out how that relates to me and my life. Or your life. Maybe it relates to your life. We could go there. How many days have you felt like a banana that's just exploded? But anyways, so I just got off vacation, and this is my excuse, people. I know excuses are like, you know what, and everyone has one. But let me tell you, I was on vacation and I didn't want to come off vacation. So I opted to play the lottery. That's always my go-to. I'm like, please, sweet baby Jesus. I think of Eddie Murphy when he's like, please. But it didn't happen. I wasted $4.38 on Jackpocket. I think that's what it's called. Yep. So I got up this morning. I intended to talk to you, but life happened. And so I said, I'll talk to you at lunch. And then life happened again. I didn't get a lunch. So then I decided I'll just talk to you. Anyway, here I am. It's like midnight. It's like a never ending story. So I was just like, fine. I wanted to go to bed, but maybe I can wrap this up in about 10 minutes. Can I? Can I do it? Probably not. But I will tell you what I did do. I figured out how to record seamlessly without ambient noise. And I'm so excited because now I can actually sing. People, I love to sing, but I don't like to hear myself sing when the sound's all jacked up. And you hear it back and you're like, oh shit, I sound like that? Never fucking mind, excuse me. But yeah, it's that serious. It's serious enough to pull out the 5-letter words. Nope, 4-letter words. Maybe I add S's to everything. Don't judge me. All right. So, what was I thinking about? Oh yeah, me going to work. Joy. So happy that it exists. But, I had to try to convince myself to get up and do the podcast, and I was thinking, man, well, that's not fun anymore. I don't want to do that if it's not fun. You know what I'm talking about? So I decided to just let it go. And so during my vacation, I decided we were going to take a break. We needed a break. I broke up with you. I'm sorry, but now I'm back. I've played the field. I've had my fill. I'm ready to maintain this relationship. And I was thinking to myself, it's interesting that we feel like when you do anything creative, you feel like you have to give it 3,000% at all times. You have to give it your very best. But then, when you go to work, some days all you have is like next nothing percent. Sometimes it's like 15%. You're like, look, this day is just going to happen, and you're going to get that paycheck. So you just got to show up. And eventually I think it all evens out. It averages out. And you have good days, and you have bad days, and you have okay days, right? But you accept that. That is part of the risk that whatever company that hires you takes. And you're willing to bank on that risk because you're like, I am worth it. I am valuable to this company, even on my worst days, even when I give 15%. And that's true for me. I am so amazing. Sometimes I shock myself. That's not true. But if I tell myself that in the mirror, maybe Jack Black will pop up and he'll be like, you got this. Or maybe that's Maverick. Never mind. I just got through watching Top Gun. I watched it again. When I was in Kuwait, I watched it in the theater. You have to get up and the national anthem plays before you watch the movie, and you had to pay $4. It used to be free, but now you pay $4 to watch a movie over there. But it was brand spanking new. I was like, this is all right. Anyway, so I watched it again tonight, and I was like, oh, I have to force my kids to come and like spend time with me, watch this moment with me. So anyway, it was really good. It's good again and again and again, except that I spoil it. I'm on my phone looking up what happened to Val Kilmer, and then he just passed away, and that hurt my feelings. And then Theo passed away. Val Kilmer I think was like in April, and then Theo from I think the Huxtable, no, what was that called? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he died in he was on a family vacation and got caught in a current. Couldn't make his way back to shore. Anyway, I took a time out at work on that one. So you're 15, you give your 15%, you show up and you do what you can. And it's funny that we can do that for the man, if it's the man. Maybe it's the woman now because we're politically correct. Or the people. You do it for the people. That doesn't even sound right. But yeah, you just keep working and showing up. But when it comes to creative endeavors, it's like all or nothing. It's like if you're not first, you're last. That's Talladega Nights. Man, am I just like walking movie scripts? Is that all I do? I swear I do college and I read intellectual manuscripts and journals. I promise. Whatever's there is what's there, man. The Rolodex. Oh, it said Rolodex. The Rolodex spins, and whatever it lands on, that's what I'm talking about. So, Rolodex. Yes. So anyway, there it is. I'm moving on in life. I was going to talk about Adam Sandler because he is coming to Boston in September. So I looked at the tickets to see how much they would cost. Is it even feasible for me to go to this man's concert? And they sell those tickets, they jack up the prices. So he's probably getting like $25 a seat and they're getting $1,300, But yeah, $1,333 for a seat close enough to where I might get spit on, which is the goal, right? Just a little bit. Touch the hem of the garment, right? So I'm thinking to myself, is it worth it? I know I want to watch it. My oldest daughter would love to see Adam Sandler. She loves him. But the other two are probably clueless and don't really give. Actually, the younger one likes Leo. Story of a little lizard, whatever the hell he is. But that's good stuff. He really does appeal to all. I like the guy. I don't know, what can I say? But that's another dream. I mean, I can't even buy a mattress, so I might have to let that one go. So you got to think, what is really worth your time and your effort in life? And how do you value money? Because you can have boatloads of money and then you're gone. So if you don't use it, what's the point? But should you use it on something that's so fleeting as maybe an hour long, maybe 2 or 3 hour long? And you know how they do those shows too. They'll have like headliners or those people who precede the show come up, and you'll hear probably 3 or 4 or 10 other comedians, and then you'll get like 5 minutes of Adam Sandler in the end, and he'll wave to everybody, throw out one joke, and it'll be done. And you'll be like, yes. And you'll bask in the afterglow of his glory. I was thinking to myself, man, if I was going to spend that kind of money, I would want to run into him and be like, yo, I can make my eye pop out. Put me in your show. I think it's that guy all of his friends, it seems like they have little quirks. I'm like, I got my quirks, man. Put me in, coach. I can do some things. I can do like I did in Combatives. I can twist my ankle live. No, actually, I don't want to do that again. But yeah. So I think he'd be really cool in person. He's very humble. He reminds me of my brother in that way. I mean, who do I have to relate that to? But yeah, he likes to deflect compliments. It's brilliant. It's great. He's like, no. I just do what I do. But anyway, how much is your joy budget? I guess. And I think mine is depleted. I had to tell my kid, am I talking forever? I might be talking forever. I might need to wrap this up. Yeah. Let's talk back about bananas, because you haven't heard enough about bananas today. And the peanut butter jelly song, why did that pop into my head? But anyway, just to wrap it all up, because I cannot tell how long I've been speaking for when I record in GarageBand. And because I'm very easily distracted and I don't have a clear format, I just want to say that I don't want to be a sycophant. I don't want to be in survival mode all the time. And I want to choose peace. So I submit to you that you do something similar or the same. Do not overly judge yourself. Do not be too harsh. Circle back to the banana. And I guess avoid the gnats. Don't explode. Or if you do explode, if your bananas explode, use them for eye cream. No, I have no idea. Put them on your wrinkles. Now, but that's it. I don't really have much. I just needed to show up and get the ball rolling because I was being way too critical. So that's it. Don't be overly critical. Just show the hell up because people are waiting. Open the door, walk the hell through it, and arrive. So this is Better Moody, and you've been listening to The Way Forward. I will see you on the morrow. Have a blessed night.